Good morning, guys. I am up. I'm ready to start my day. Hopefully you guys have a great day as well. I'm back on Snapchat. If you guys haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, go do that. What are you guys doing if you haven't already? I'll leave it tagged here. I'm not going to spam you guys on here, but I did want to mention it. If I do look like I'm posting something, definitely go check out my channel because more than likely I'm going to be posting something later on in the day. So with that being said, have a great day, guys. Love you. Hey guys, so I just wanted to make a quick little video. This video is going to be about guilt that we feel from the narcissist, why the narcissist makes us feel guilty, even though we may not have done anything to warrant feeling guilty. How do they use like that reverse psychology and make us feel guilty for things that we have not done, that things we're not in control over, things that we're not really liable for? How do they turn it around on us and make us feel like we're the bad guy, like we're the reason everything is going bad in our life and in their life? Essentially, when we are dealing with narcissistic people, and it doesn't mean that you're in a relationship with them, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend. This narcissist could be pretty much someone like a family member, a friend, anyone that you deal with in your close circle. There's a cycle that they do, and it's pretty much formulated to keep you feeling bad about yourself, to make you feel like you've done something wrong, even though you haven't. And we're going to kind of go into a little bit of why they do that and how they make you feel this way. When you are dealing with a narcissist, they tend to make it seem like their past deeds, things they're doing in the present to hurt you, are pretty much your fault. And we have to ask ourselves, why would someone make you feel like things that they have done, their actions, are because of you, that you somehow have caused it? Well, I'm going to give you a very frank answer, a very simple one, is that narcissists, a vast majority of them, never want to be accountable for their own actions. They don't. They can't be. And the reason they can't be is it would burst their bubble. It would burst the world, the altered reality that they live in. Because as a narcissist, everything's about them. Everything has to pretty much be their own little fantasy world revolving around them in order for them to be happy people. If reality really, if they had to face reality, then they wouldn't be happy. They wouldn't be able to function. They wouldn't be able to get through the day-to-day to face that reality. It would completely destroy them. So they don't see the reality as you or me or any other, you know, person who's not narcissistic would see it. So a lot of the time, the fall guy for situations is going to be who? It's going to be you. It's going to be outside people. And that's where the blame game comes into effect, where, you know, you're going to be blamed for everything under the sun. You could literally catch someone who is a narcissist. Let's say you catch them cheating, right? And it's black and white. We're not talking about hypotheticals here. Let's say you caught them in the act of cheating and you confront them on this, right? And the answer they give you is anything but the logical answer, which would be, yeah, you caught me cheating, but, you know, and give a logical answer from there. Instead, what they do, they know that they did something wrong, but instead of taking accountability, owning it, because they don't want to feel those negative feelings, they don't want to feel bad, they don't want to feel like they're a bad person, they rather make it about you. They'll say that it was your fault. That if you hadn't done so-and-so thing to said narcissist, this wouldn't have happened. So you should feel bad. You should feel bad about what happened. you should feel guilty for said narcissist, for example, cheating. Because honestly, it was your fault. But that's just like a really black and white example of how narcissists use kind of like the bait and switch and kind of paint you as the perpetrator, paint you as the bad guy, and they kind of run off scot-free without having to deal with any of their consequences, right? And the short answer to all of this, it's all scapegoating. It's all just kind of passing on the blame. And you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to feel so bad about yourself. Now, it's difficult when, you know, you're constantly feeling like, okay, well, I'm doing all these things wrong. I'm the source of all the issues. You know, it's like gaslighting. They gaslight you and fog up your brain so much that you just don't see it for what it is. Like the example I just gave, you're coming to them with something they did, a very logical black and white thing, and you're allowing them to twist it on you. You get what I'm saying? Because it works for them. It works. When you don't stand strong for, you know, what it is, you know, you don't allow people to manipulate and put the blame on you and to make you feel, in essence, bad about yourself for bringing up something that you had every right to bring up, something that they were accountable for, something that they did wrong, then you are going to be manipulated to the umpteenth degree, because they will continue to use this. They don't have any type of conscience when it comes to this tool. They will keep on using this over and over and over again, especially if they see it's working. Default. You have to understand, by default, a narcissist is not going to feel bad about doing this. Now, it seems crazy to people who are just kind of like the victims of this. They feel like, well, don't they have feelings? Don't they feel bad? They don't. They do not. And when you wake up and you kind of see that for what it is, that they are doing this as a mechanism to protect themselves and protect their fragile egos and to not be the bad guy, because the things they're doing are bad guy, bad girl things. They don't want to be that person. They're going to put it on you. Okay? Because they can't deal with it. They can't deal with that type of loss. They can't deal with that fall from grace. They need to continue to keep up that image, right? And if that means not being accountable for their actions, then so be it. So be it. It's not a good thing. Not by any stretch of the imagination. But that's how they're wired. And it's not logical in a moral sense, but it's logical in a logical kind of sense of why would I be owning up to something, owning up to my actions that I know are wrong, if I know I can just put the blame off on you? Why would they? You know? And that's all I have to really say in this video. That's pretty much it. I wanted to get into the why, as to why we feel crappy, why we feel like we're always to blame, because that's what happens. We're not really to blame. But when we try and confront people that really don't want to change their behavior, that are doing the things that are wrong, that in their minds will never ever want to confront it, you will always be the bad guy to a narcissist. I'm going to say that again. You will always be the bad guy to a narcissist, because narcissists can't take accountability for their actions. So you will always take that fall. You will always be the bad guy, and the narcissist will always play the victim. Okay? Rewatch that last part of the video a few times, because if you need to really understand what's happening, If you are a victim of gaslighting, if you're so deep the rabbit hole that you may not see that for what it is, rewatch that a few times and replay it over and over again until you really see what's happening. It is not you. You did not hurt these people. The narcissist is protecting themselves. They are protecting themselves from taking accountability for the wrong they do to you. And let's think about it logically again. If we could do a list of the times that you've apologized time after time after time again, and then the times the narcissist has apologized for actions that have hurt you, and you see that list disproportionate, and you're the one doing all the apologies, you're the one taking the blame for everything, and their list is as small as this, there's a problem there. And to close out the video, I'm just going to close it out with this. This type of behavior, it's one thing to understand narcissists and what they do, all of that, but this type of behavior that I'm outlining in this video is abuse. It's abusive. And to come at it at a serious point here, if you're in this situation, you don't deserve it. And there's a very high likelihood you're a good person and you're being taken advantage of. Probably being taken for granted too. Because, you know, if people are doing this to you, you're being taken for granted. And the best thing you can do, and I'm speaking from experience, I'm speaking from what I've seen, is to peep what it is. Because even though we sometimes know things, some of us aren't as, you know, smart as the rest, but we all get to that point, right, where we have like an epiphany. We have that moment where you kind of have to face the facts, right? You see all this for what it is. You can't put rose-colored glasses on anymore. You can't put, you know, little flowers and daisies over a pile of dookie. You got to see it for what it is and start smelling the dookie. Excuse my language. I'm trying to get some analogies out here that are kind of colorful for y'all. You gotta walk away. You gotta walk away. And no, to sum it up, I'm gonna say this with my glasses off. No, you cannot love these people out of this. You cannot. This is a dark, very vicious cycle. And a lot of times, it's their only coping mechanism to get through the evil deeds they do to other people. And you have to be the bigger person, leave these people alone, and realize that you have to keep your space positive, and dealing with someone like this threatens your positive space. That's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.